Good morning. Welcome to my word for the day. I'm Lee Watson. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you. It's a beautiful day today. I'm here in Chicagoland and it's sunny and it's warm, but not blazing hot. And it's going to be a great day because I'm going to make it so. And I hope you do too. Okay. These shows typically are about 10 minutes. And in this 10 minutes, I'm going to talk about a particular word that I think is important and that maybe you might think is important too. And we can talk about it together. Okay, so thank you to our sponsors, particularly the Virtues Project, who produces these cards that I often use for my word for the day. These are great words. They're all virtues, which are basically universal words that are not culturally specific. They work in every culture. They work in every situation. These are just really good words. The Virtues Project, of course, promotes virtues all around the world. They've been doing this for over 30 years, and they're now in over 100 countries. And I'm super thankful for them. It's a great organization. I also want to thank all of our other sponsors. I do the Business Beyond Numbers, and we have the Watson Real Estate Company. There are others, and in addition to all of that, we have sponsors in all kinds of businesses, and I appreciate every one of them. They help us at Green Cow to spread the word that people can do things sometimes that they didn't know that they could do. And we want to help and promote that, particularly the people who want to start a new business, a side hustle, anything. And we really appreciate those people. Also, we want to appreciate all the people who watch this. Whether it's live or it's a replay, either way, that's a great thing to do. We appreciate the little thumbs up and hearts and shares and comments. Comments are great. If you have a question about something, or if you just have a thought that you want to express, we appreciate it. I know I certainly do. Okay, let's dive right in. So I actually didn't pick this at random today. I went through my remaining cards for the year because I try not to duplicate. I found that this was a duplicate, but somehow it didn't get pulled out of the deck. So I thought, no, there must be a sign there. That must be the reason that I'm supposed to do this word today. And so the word is optimism. Optimism has always been a great word for me. It's something that I do have to remind myself about from time to time, especially when times are tough. It's tough to be optimistic when it seems like so much bad is happening, but really what is happening at that moment is fear. That's a talk for another day, but let's talk about optimism. Optimism is a positive, cheerful outlook. When we are optimistic, we are hopeful, even when others have lost faith. And that includes the people around us, the people who are affected by what we do, people who are just nearby. When we're optimistic, it shows up even more dramatically to the people who have kind of lost their faith in whatever it is that they're doing. We believe that good has the power to prevail over evil, always. We believe we do not allow ourselves to be victimized by setbacks or losses. We embrace challenges with confidence and vitality. We are solvers, not complainers. In the midst of dark times, we look to the future with a vision of what is possible. A vision of what is possible. We trust that everything works together for good. Nothing can destroy our hope. Hope is such a powerful word. The word today is optimism. So, what does the practice of optimism look like? I have a positive viewpoint. I have faith in all circumstances. And that faith in all circumstances mean that I expect to learn something, or I expect to have a great experience, or both. I trust in positive outcomes. I focus on solutions rather than problems. I see a brighter future. My hope is resilient. These are challenging times, not just in our town or our state or country, but in our world. This is a difficult time. And so the importance of remaining optimistic is even more important now than it is during times of peace and relatively bountiful times. Yeah, optimism. What a great word for today. So there is a quote on the back of this card. It's from Khalil Gibran, who wrote The Prophet. I think that's one of the most famous things that he's known for. The optimist sees the rose and not the thorns. The pessimist stares at the thorns, oblivious of the rose. Isn't that so true? Sometimes we could be looking right at a rose and thinking, oh, I hope it doesn't prick me, instead of really paying attention to the beauty of the rose. And that's obviously a metaphor for lots of other things. Let's pay attention to the rose today. Let's be optimistic. Let's think about what can be and not what maybe is in our circumstances right now. I often talk about how we all live in our own worlds, which is true. We have our own influences. We have our own sphere of influence. We have our own situations and problems, challenges, and successes. And everyone has a different set. There's also geographic differences. These things all matter. So when I say we all live in our own world, that's kind of where I'm coming from. In addition, the world that we create in our heads is different. And hopefully we can learn to make the world that we envision, the world that we think about, the world that we create in our minds can be a good one. Yeah. Optimism. Yes. So when I wake up in the morning, I wake up and the first word I think of is gratitude. I think about being grateful for my life, for my wife, and for God. I had this experience, I think it was just yesterday, where there was this challenge. And when I have a challenge, I like to take out a moment, go to my quiet place. I have one here at the office. I have one at home. I have one at the boat. And when I go to my quiet place, I start a conversation with God. It's really important to me. And often I present my challenge, and I might be a little bit down because of a certain challenge going on. And I ask God for guidance, not to solve my problems, but for guidance, for open the door so that I can see which way to go. And what was really striking the other day was I got a message from God so quickly and so clearly. And it had everything to do with God being for us, God being loving us and wanting the best for us, understanding that we have the free will to make decisions that may or may not be very good. And that is how life works here. We have the power to choose good or bad thoughts, and that's our choice. But I think God wants us to know that He loves us. He wants good things for us. And I was reminded that the decision I make during the day, the decisions that I make during the day, have everything to do with whether or not I'm going to solve my problem. I can dwell on the negatives, I can dwell on the positives and the solutions. Which one is more likely to take me to where I want to go? It's optimism. It's that positive path that usually brings us to where we want to go. Okay, well, I've used up my time today. The word today is optimism. It's a great word. It's a great thought. And I hope that you practice that today. Just think positively. It doesn't mean that you avoid or discount the challenges in your life. We all have them. It means that when you're faced with some challenges, that you take the path of solving those problems and not internalizing and using the problems as excuses, anything like that. Okay, do something really nice for somebody else today, and a whole bunch of people if you can. I know some of you can and you do, and thank you for that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for writing comments and giving me the little hearts and thumbs up and for sharing. Sharing is an important thing to me. That's the only way I'm going to reach a larger audience. So please share with somebody who you think might benefit somehow from this message. Okay, well, be the light. Be that source of love and hope and peace and joy and caring and all the things and optimism. Be that source of optimism and make this the best day that it can possibly be. And I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.